Hello, Knife Whiz here. Back with a knife review. It's been a while, I know. Sorry about that. Life gets in the way sometimes, what can I say? Anyway, I want to start putting up some more reviews again, and I figured I'd start with this guy right here. Ooh, that was off camera. Anyway, this is, sorry about the lighting, that sucks, but this is an Emerson, a Benchmade Osborne 470, also known as the Emissary. Osborne design blade. She's a beauty. She's a beauty. Anyway, like I said, sorry about the lighting. This is a blue class offering from Benchmade. The number of it is the 470-1. And I'll just go over the specs with it real quick, and then we can talk about the knife itself. It is 3-inch blade length. The blade thickness is 0.09 inches, which you can tell it's got a heck of a swedge on it, which I don't know how fond I am of that, but anyway, you can kind of see where the swedge starts. Anyway, the blade thickness is 0.09. Handle thickness 0.45 inches. Blade material, you've got premium S30V steel. Good stuff there, guys. And this is Rockwell hardness is like 58 to 60. Clip point, I kind of call that a modified clip point with how severe the swedge is. Anyway, they classify as a clip point. And let's see, you got ambidextrous thumb stud. It features the axis lock mechanism, which is great, especially those Omega springs. This is an assisted knife, folks, but it's not an automatic. As where some of the Benchmades that are automatics, you actually deploy them via the axis lock here. You cannot do that with this knife. It is deployed by the thumb studs only, and it is lightning fast. Let me tell you, it's quick. I don't like assisted knives. I don't think I own. Well, I don't own an assisted knife that I carry. I'll say that. It's just not generally my cup of tea. But anyway, so it is an assisted knife. Uses this large Omega springs. I won't be able to show you because the lighting sucks. Uses large Omega springs. It does have a safety. It locks it open or closed right here. It is not an ambidextrous safety. Lefties beware. But who's going to use the damn thing anyway? Okay, unless you lock it open. What's the point? Anyway, what else can I say about it? Overall length, 6.9 inches long. Closed length is 3.9 inches. So you have a 3.9 inch handle and a 3-inch modified drop point blade. Okay. It's a nice knife. Like I said, it's a blue class. Excuse me. Assisted opening. Let's talk about the blade steel. S30V. That's some good stuff, right? If you don't have any experience with it, how it stacks up, excuse me again, how it stacks up to some of the other steels, I'll let you know. Okay, it's S30V. It is a CPM product. Crucible Metals makes this steel. It is, well, in all estimation, it's a better D2. Okay. As far as comparing them on toughness and wear resistance, it is just as tough as D2 steel, which is hard to believe, but yeah, it's just as tough as D2 steel, but a lot more wear resistant. So that's the benefit you get. Also, this is a stainless steel. It is not as susceptible to rust anywhere near as much as 154 or D2, which whew, you got to keep that shit oiled. Anyway, so it's a good steel. What else can I tell you about the steel? Crucible commonly compares their steels to other common steels, like say 440C, and they basically say this knife is the edge retention is 145. I think they use something like that. 145% more better edge retention than 440C. It's about 25% better edge retention than 154 cm, which is good. I mean, that's considerable. Especially someone who doesn't like to sharpen knives, or who has a bunch of them and doesn't have the time to sharpen knives. Anyway, it's a nice knife. Sorry I can't get in the camera because, you know, it's a freaking camera phone. What do you want me to do, huh? Anyway, it's a nice knife. What else can I say about the steel? About the steel, what else can I say? Corrosive resistance, I said it's more corrosive resistance than D2 steel. Yes, it is. A lot more, folks. If you're going to be in any kind of instance where you could possibly be getting salt water or any kind of water on your knife, chances are you don't have a D2 knife on you. You won't want a D2 knife on you. You want something like this, S30V. It is a heck of a lot more corrosive resistant than D2. It's also it's about twice as corrosive resistant than 154 CM. Which is really good. I mean, 154 CM is good steel. It is one of my favorite steels, actually. I love Emerson knives, and they use 154. It's good metal. So you can't go wrong there. Anyway, that's enough about the steel. I don't want to get into a bunch of crap talk about steel. Those are the important parts of the steel, okay? I don't want to just run on endlessly. Price. Well, you can find them online for, I think Knife Center has it for about $143, $145, somewhere around there. Most shops will carry it for about $170. It's an expensive knife, folks. You're talking aluminum handles. So I don't know if I said that before. Now, they are aluminum, but they're billet aluminum. This isn't cast aluminum handles. These are billet aluminum. That's tough, folks. That is not the cheap aluminum. The finish on the knife is actually, of course, it's like a polished edge. You know, the primary and the swedge up top, and you know, with crucible metals, you kind of get these funny lines in them. It's got a nice finish. It is not mirror polish, but it is a polished finish. Okay. Anyway, the handle itself is anodized, but let me tell you, this is some tough stuff. I've actually, that mark right there is from the clip. I reversed it, and that is, my friends, Loctite. I can't get it off. Took it to the Benchmade guy. He was in town, one of the Benchmade reps. He couldn't get it off. He said, it'll wear off. I said, okay. Anyway, I flipped the clip because, you know, I'm a freaking lefty. Anyway, so that little mark right there, let me see if we can get in the frame. That's from the clip, okay. But it is not through the anodization. It's just kind of worn it a little. The handle feels great. My keys rubbed against it and left brass lines down it, which is pretty cool. So this finish is harder than, say, your keys. That's pretty good to know. This has been in my pocket ever since receiving it, which, well, let's see, today's the 20th. I picked it up on the 8th, so I've had it a little while. You know, a couple weeks. I've carried it consistently. What's that, about a week and a half? I've carried it consistently, every single day, just because I want to get the feel for it. And since the Benchmade guy was there, I had him put some skulls on it. Sorry, I like skulls. I don't care what you say. That's badass. Skull next to a butterfly. Let me see if we get it. Skull next to a butterfly. Awesome. Anyway, it's a nice knife. By the way, laser marking, I believe it's a free service. If you catch them, if you send it in, you have to pay for it. If you order a Griptilian, it comes with, if you build your own Griptilian, it comes with laser marking, which you can get your initials or whatever, and that's actually burnt into the metal, guys. That's not coating or nothing. That's burnt into the metal. These laser and etch the metal. Pretty badass, if you ask me. Anyway, it is a hair darker than their standard markings. You see, like the Osborne marking, it's a lot darker than that. So it kind of sticks out. Sorry, my dogs are gonna bark and be loud. Anyway, nice knife. I've used it for, like I said, about a week and a half now. Doesn't show any sign of wear. I've cut lots of stuff with it, boxes and just everyday kind of stuff. Nothing major, no hardcore cutting. I didn't baton it. It's an aluminum knife, folks. You're not gonna baton an aluminum knife. Anyway, so nothing hard use. But let me tell you, for the size, that's a great knife. I love it. size-wise, I have Emerson's, and I've said before, I really like my Emerson CQC8, but there's just some instances where you cannot carry a knife so large. And it's nice to have little 3-inch knives, 3.5-inch knives to carry. This is a 3-inch blade. It carries well in the pocket. I don't even know it's there. It disappears. Okay, so back to the price. That's let's just say $150 knife. $170 if you buy it in a store. That's a lot of money, folks. For a 3-inch blade knife, 6.9-inch total length, that's a lot of money. Competitive options. Well, if you don't mind the assist, you could go with the leak, and you get the same thing. Aluminum handles, a lower grade steel. I believe this is a Sandvik steel. Yeah, it's going to be a Sandvik steel, but it holds up pretty good. And they're a lot cheaper. That's like $50, okay? So you can get a leak for like $50. Now, granted, the clip's not reversible. It's tipped down, which sucks. And it's a frame lock, which is, well, you just hope it holds up. I gotta say, I've had this particular leak for several years. I'm not gonna be able to get a video. I'm not gonna be able to get the lockup on it. Kidding me. Anyway, lockup's about 50%. I've had this knife for years, and you can tell by the blade. I use it. I use it all the time. This is a typical EDC knife for me. And I use it, and that finish has held up remarkably well. As has the finish on the handles. Anyway, that's a $50 knife. So, you've got, for a comparable along the same size, let me see. I don't have the specs on the Kershaw, but man, it's close. See? Pretty dang close, man. Anyway, $50 knife. But you get what you pay for, you know? It's got this, after having this for a few years, probably 3 years, the mechanism sucks. The springs have kind of worn out, and it doesn't deploy anywhere near as fast as it used to. And I really don't think I'm going to have to worry about that with this, because of those Omega springs. Those are stout springs, folks. Anyway, so this knife is 3 times as much as this one. But like I said, steel. This one does not hold an edge very well. In fact, it needs to be sharpened now because, like I said, I use it a lot. I have no doubt that this S30V will hold the edge much better than a Sandvik steel. Much better. Anyway, Benchmade Emissary. I'm not a big Benchmade guy. I own like one other Benchmade knife. I have a 710, which I've never done a review on because it's never warranted one. I've never been impressed enough to do a review on it. Folks, if you have any questions on the Benchmade Emissary, please feel free to ask me. You can get your knife laser marked if you send it into Benchmade. But keep in mind, they won't let you send an auto knife. This is an assisted. They won't let you send an auto knife if you're not LEO or law enforcement. I'm sorry, LEO or active military. So anyway, it's a nice knife for the money. You can buy plenty of other Spydercos, probably Gale Bradleys. There's a lot of other knives in this price range. Does this rise above them as being a better knife and more reliable or better materials? No, it doesn't. Is it an awesome value? Not really. I mean, for the price? No. This was a birthday gift for me from my wife. And I picked it out because I wanted a nice Benchmade and something I would carry. And folks, I'm going to carry this every day because of the size. You cannot find too many other knives this size that will do as good of a job. Anyway, I'm about 15 minutes here, so as opposed to keep rambling, I will leave you with that. Good knife. I like it. I like it a lot. And knife was out. See you.